running through that.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, and I'll just kind of walk you through each one. And I know you've been a big fan of DealerRater for such a long time, and we rolled these reports out NADA last year, refined it, rolled out it again this June, and then of course are continuing to fine tune it. But it's a great report for our dealerships, and would love to just walk you through yours in particular.
Yeah, I think that'll be great. That'd be great.
Live.
Live.
Right. Well, we were going to surprise you with it. So,
what was Wide Whale just introduced some type of report.
It was a dashboard, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, who did that?
Wide Whale. I'm trying to find.
They're looking at DealerRater reviews, aren't they, Jeff?
Yeah, theirs is a automotive reputation index. Matter of fact, we're going to have Jake on the on the show here in December, I believe. He's going to go over this as well. I don't know how it relates or how it compares or overlaps with your report. I need to dive into what all they've got going on before I can speak to it too much. But
well, Matt, looks like you're already got some fans in the audience. So,
oh, okay. What are they? Is there? What are they saying? I want to know. I'm curious.
No, you don't.
Bute.
You're like, trust us. Just better for you not to know. Thank you.
It's Grant Goring, if you know him.
I do. He's great. Grant. Do you guys have you worked with Grant?
Oh yeah, Grant's longtime dealer refresher, and like to think of a friend.
He is, and Grant's awesome. We worked together in my time at the Tribune, and now he's just doing an amazing job with AccuTrade and Brian Kramer over there. He's fantastic. Not when we're live, but I'll tell you a story, Jeff and Alex, about how he and I pretty much closed down a barbecue place in Dallas. I think we ate them out of house and home. I'm not going to lie. It was embarrassing for everybody but him and I. So, yeah. So I'll tell you that story. It was a lot of brisket.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. 5 seconds, guys. And here we are. And as a Grant says, Bute.
Thank you, Grant. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for being here. I was just enlightening Alex and Jeff a little bit about our time at NADA last year when I think we were asked to leave a barbecue place to eat because we ate them out of house and home with brisket. So just that's how we're starting off here, Grant. We're off on the right foot.
Now you're making
no better way.
Barbecue for dinner. I was trying to decide what we were going to do tonight. You might have just submitted that idea. Well, Matt, it's nice to meet you, despite what Jake thinks. You and I have never met.
No, I'm excited to be here. Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say I don't recall either. And we were talking about the years earlier in 2016. I was trying to figure out exactly where I was. But see, I thought I didn't realize because it was Baltimore Sun, correct? I thought that had all sort of separated years before that. I didn't realize they were still an arm of Cars.com back then.
Yeah. Well, so not until February of 2018, because way back when, if you think about it, Cars is 25 years old. And we rolled ourselves out before Google. Think about that. Before the Google machines, Cars.com was making dreams happen by about 2 or 3 months. And it was helped built by a lot of those publishing companies. And so my background, a lot of it, majority of my background is from working for the Chicago Tribune. And it was great. I've been around cars since 1999. I mean, one of my first jobs was trying to convince independent dealers in Rockford, Illinois, to pay me money to put their inventory onto a website and work to create a giant online classified listings platform. And then that was a tough gig. I'm not going to lie to you, because we're new to each other. We're meeting each other. I may have sold two dealers that entire summer, and it made me realize I probably shouldn't be in sales. I should do something else, but I stuck with it. So yeah, and then after that, was able to work with a lot of our different markets until Alex, Vetter, of course, a good friend of all of ours, brought us over to cars.com proper.
Awesome. Yeah, 99, that was the year I got started in sales, the sales side of the business. Prior to that was all in service.
Same here.
But started selling at the Volkswagen dealership, local Volkswagen dealership here in this wonderful town. Yeah, and that was the year the Beetles came, the new Volkswagen Beetle had come out, I believe, late 98,
99 and a half. That was the model year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Jeff,
I never realized we started selling at the same time. And
yeah,
we both started selling Volkswagens too. Interesting.
Just not getting that together after 20 years.
What made you two jump to sales? Like, that's like, were you just like, hey, I want to be on that side of the house? That's awesome.
I think we have different reasons.
Yeah. Well, I was in service for quite a few years at the local Honda dealership. Actually started 17. I think it was 17 in the wash bay, and did that for, I don't know, can't even remember, maybe 5 or 6 months before I was recruited up to the service department to be a service writer. So I did that for quite a few years, and then moved out of the area, chased some crazy girl down to the Baltimore, Towson, Timonium area, and lived down there with her for a couple of years, and then got out of that situation and moved to Frederick. And while I was down there, I was working at Circuit City doing car stereo installation, which to this day, I have to admit, was my favorite job of all. I did sales and installation, and for whatever reason, I freaking loved it. I was making good money doing it too. And when I moved back to this area, I had run into an old friend that was selling for the Sherritt Automotive Group. He made the introduction to the Volkswagen sales manager. And that all came together, and then ended up marrying that crazy woman that I followed to.
Does she watch this? Does she watch this? Is she watching right now? Yeah.
She could be. I doubt it. She could be.
We should edit
She's
that
in the
out.
industry,
Alex,
though.
you got to edit that part out. Like, that's got to get out of it.
No, that's fine. We've been
Say
together
hi, Brandy.
For 20. Yeah.
Hi, Brandy. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. We've known each other for 30 years.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Alex, you jumped at the exact same time as well into sales?
For different reasons.
Yeah.
So I had been working at our Toyota store in the parts department in high school. And so after school, I'd drive over and stock parts basically in the back. And then took really my senior year, I think bit of it off, definitely the summer, and did commercial concrete of all things. Learned a lot. Learned that's not something I want to do in life. But then went to college, and my freshman year, at the end of it, my parents said, "Oh man, your grades weren't very good. You definitely had too much fun. You're coming back. You're going to go to work at the dealership, and your grandfather's got you slated for a sales position down with at the Hyundai Isuzu Volkswagen store." And it wasn't by choice. I ended up doing it, but
sounds like you were more or less forced into it.
Yeah, you were voluntold to do that one for sure.
That's right. But it was nice. Like I think I made $48,000 that year. I was 19, and that's the 99. That was good money for that.
That's great money.
So, yeah.
So I mean, it's great money, and
I was
funny
hooked.
because it's sales and it's a blast, and it's I have some people. I was just in California this week, riding around with our teams, meeting with dealers, and I'm doing similar things to what I was doing in '99 here in 2023. But at the same time, I sit back and I think about how far we've come, how far we are. We just rolled out, Cars Commerce, which is an exciting time. To think about from going from just a listings platform to where we are today, to working to making sure we have a platform that simplifies all the solutions that we can do and has all the different tools that we have to offer, whether it be from solutions like DealerRater, Dealer Inspire, AccuTrade, and working to make everything simpler for the dealerships now. It's so amazing how far we've come. It really is. And I always say, I said this to my team the other day, and they said I was being too sappy, but I'm proud of our past, but we're definitely focused on the future. And if it had not been on the sales side of things, I don't know what I would have been doing if I wasn't selling, to be quite frank.
Well, who would imagine that the Tribune would end up becoming part of Cars.com? Remember when it was such the opposite.
Well, and the reason it started back in the day, and Alex Vetter, our CEO, who you both know dearly, and a very good friend of mine as well, was there from that start. And thank goodness, people back in 97, 98, 99, him included, of course, had the wherewithal to realize where everything was going and what we needed to do. And had they not, holy smokes, right? Back in '99, we changed how the game was being played. And throughout the years, as we continue to try to find the right solutions for our customers, we've continued to evolve along with the industry itself. Just think about the dealerships, think about the vehicles that you had back in '99 versus what you have now, right? The Tribune Company, Gannett, all of those, and now that Cars has been standalone now for several years. We're able just to continue to, amplify what our offerings are for our dealers. It's been a lot of fun and a great journey. And, a couple of weeks ago when we rolled out Cars Commerce, it was an exciting time. It really was. Were either you at Digital Dealer? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we roll out Cars Commerce. Am I allowed to tell a quick story? Can I
Sure.
Please do.
So Cars Commerce rolls out 3 weeks ago, and it's awesome, and it's exciting, and it's big, and it's bold, and it's a rebranding, and we're letting everybody know what we're working to do to simplify everything for our dealers and, of course, for our consumers. And so I'm out at Digital Dealer. I'm working the booth, have my team, meeting great people, meeting old friends, making new friends. And all of a sudden I get this text from my mom on Wednesday, and I'm on the main stage, and I'm up there and I'm presenting, and I'm excited, and I want to make sure I'm representing everybody there. And this text is from my mom, and it is a picture of Alex Vetter and all of our CET team, along with Steve Germain, Ben Stock was there, and it's a picture of them at the New York Stock Exchange ringing the bell. And it was big, it was bold, it was exciting. And the note from my mom was, "I thought you were a big shot." Little does she know that I'm in Vegas. I'm working to represent our brands. But she said, "Why aren't you here with everybody? This seems very exciting." So it was a very cool moment for our company, a once in a lifetime type of event. Once or twice. We've been able to do it. Vetter did it twice, but yeah, Karen Bute, my mom, did not understand why I was not there, but it was a pretty cool moment for our company and for our customers a couple of weeks ago, for sure.
Yeah, it was fun watching the updates on social media. The photos were great.
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome.
So maybe dive into what is this rebranding, this Car Commerce?
Well, so we've been wanting to, over the years, we've continued to work with and acquire and partner with, think about it, Dealer Inspire, DealerRater. Jeff, I know you're a fan of DealerRater, Dealer Inspire, AccuTrade, our instant financing solutions and products through Credit IQ. And as we want to make certain that we go out to not only the dealer community, but our consumers, investors, we want a brand. We want people to know that it's all Cars Commerce. And the main thing we want to do is that we are simplifying the process for everyone that is involved. and we want to make certain that it's a brand that's out there that people know that when they come to us, they can expect to have the right solution with the right softwares. And Alex always speaks to the pre-tail versus retail. We have, and I love it, we have a lot of pre-tail solutions, of course. May it be marketplace, may it be media. But then at the same time, we have AccuTrade. I mean, you guys know Kramer. You've had Kramer on here before, and you're friends with them. But we have AccuTrade and other capabilities. And then at the end of the day, when it gets to that last mile, when it gets to the dealership, we've made sure it's a simplified process that allows the consumer to work with all of you. So, it's been a great journey.
It's nice.
It's been a journey. It's been a journey just watching. I mean, you were talking earlier about going all the way back and introducing cars just a few months prior to Google and all that good stuff. It's been interesting to watch it grow from this end. No doubt.
I love it. Well, thanks.
And there
for
hasn't been. Well, and if you think back, all three of us have seen a lot of companies in this industry on the dealership level come and go a lot. And most of them, what would be the larger ones that have stuck around? Of course, cars, Auto Trader would be in that mix.
And that's really it.
Would you throw Car Gurus in that mix?
Dominion?
Yeah, Dominion was definitely I would say was going down that road, but I'm not sure where they are now.
Well, speaking about the Wayback Time Machine versus today, like the complexity from a consumer standpoint, the consumer journey is complex. It really is. And if you think about, we need to make sure that that's simplified as well. Of course, we are there for our dealers. I love working with our dealers. But the consumer journey is vital, right? And so we don't want them having to go to, 80 different places with 80 different tools. I'm picking the number 80 randomly. It could be more like 100 or 200. Because you want to make sure that journey and that complexity is easier to understand, whether they're coming to cars.com, they're coming through our dealer inspired sites. Because the more complex it is, the higher level of distrust could happen. And then at the end of the day, too, we don't want to eat in anybody's, profitability either. We want to make certain that we're balancing out everything that we do for the dealer and for the consumer. The saying that we have going around cars.com is amplify and simplify. Like literally Doug Miller, you guys know my president, like Doug Miller, he's making me get it tattooed on each one of my arms. Amplify here, simplify here. So we continue to try to do that. Simplify for the consumers and our dealers, and then amplify your results. That's been the drum we've been beating for a while here.
And you really have those tattoos?
Not yet. I have a very low pain tolerance, but I have to get them done by the end of the year. It's part of my performance review. I mean, don't tell me.
Great.
I would think that'd be tied to a special bonus.
Yeah. Or one on its ass cheek.
It should be tied to a special bonus. It should be 100% be tied to a special bonus. And think about, you talked about a lot of the different other companies that are there and that are working to do this. I mean, the key is having the solutions, making sure that they work better together. Because what we've seen is we recently did a study, not to bore you with some stats, but we recently looked back at 3,000 of our dealers that and analyzed what they bought with us. And if they purchased different solutions through Marketplace, jumped onto AccuTrade, had DealerRater and using it to its fullest capabilities, as we start to work together, we had started to see almost their turn rate increase by almost 20%. And so as you continue to have all these different solutions together under the Cars Commerce banner, you start to see results increasing as well. Because yes, the logo's cool. Yes, everything, and yes, the conversation. But at the end of the day, we need to make certain that it is driving better results for our dealers. And so through the analysis we've done with that data, it has been increasing people's results. And so that's at the end of the day, we want to make certain we're there for the dealer, and that's been helpful as well.
it's good. I was saying earlier, and I'll repeat it. It's good to see a platform here because on this side, not being part of the Cars.com family myself, everything seemed a little disparate, and I think that's totally normal. The acquisition track. I think that a lot of the competition out there is still extremely disparate in their offerings. You can't just have a signified login screen and then you go to one thing or another. But it seems like you all are really putting the pieces together and doing the real integration work that's truly necessary to have a platform.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
unlike
thank you
most
for
of
saying
the others.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate you both saying that, and we have been. We're in sales, and so I have the ability to be out there and be speak to this, meet with dealers all the time, get all this information. We have thousands of people that work with us behind the scenes, our engineers, our product folks, our marketing folks, making certain that we are doing that right. And the North Star is our dealers, partners. That's it, our dealer partners and our consumers. And as long as we continue to work towards that, the company will take care of itself. And it again, I go back to the complexity thing. We should have played a drinking game. How many times I say simplify on this? But the complexity of buying a vehicle, it's there. Oh, what do we have in there? Okay, all right.
It's just water. I wish.
But you got to bring back that complexity. And again, I go back to AccuTrade. You think about Kramer and our work that we're doing there. It is a very simple tool that helps dealers. I mean, yes, of course, the consumer journey, but the AccuTrade is a very simplified tool that helps dealers with profitability, helps dealers to evaluate their vehicles, and it's something that allows a consumer to potentially have a guarantee. There's when people are doing service right, they're doing sales right, giving them the right tools like an AccuTrade, it just makes it better for everyone involved. And so, as we've looked at the right solutions to partner with, to have under the Cars Commerce banner, it's been helpful. It really has. And again, we're going to continue to refine and redefine how we are going to market, working with all of you, and Cars Commerce is just the start. And so excited about it for sure.
What's been the initial response from dealers? I know you said you were a digital dealer, and your mom definitely pointed that out to you.
Yeah, mom's still upset. Again, I wish she understood Facebook, because I think my sister sent her the LinkedIn picture. But yeah, I wish she was on this, because then she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, my little guy's on a call." But anyway, it was good. I think as we roll into NADA next year, we're going to continue to show dealers. I mean, go back to that 3,000 dealer analysis, and if we're seeing turn going up, we're seeing more vehicles being sold, we're seeing more reviews, you're seeing more appraisals, you're seeing all that, we're going to have the proof in the pudding. And so really excited to continue to speak from that pulpit at NADA. At first, everyone is very, just like both of you, very, very kind in terms of excited to see us having it all under one banner. Dealer Inspire, Dealer Radar, AccuTrade, all great names in the industry. All have great teams of people that are around them. But being able to go to the investor community, being able to go out to the industry, and everyone understanding that it's all underneath one banner has been very, very helpful. And quite candidly, if you see the picture of me and the DealerRefresh, that's not me anymore. I've gotten a little bit bigger, and so now I get new brands in the right size. That's been helpful. That's getting polos that fit is huge. So for me personally, Alex, excited about what it means for the industry, excited about what it means for our company, but I'm excited about my wardrobe too a little bit. So it'll be great. It'll be great.
Nice. Oh, we just saw Ryan Everson. Throw that back up there. He seems to be quite the fan of the direction y'all are headed in. So it could be the Shopify of automotive retail.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Well, and one thing that's always been notorious in our industry is, you've got some larger companies that go out there and they'll acquire, some of the smaller players, maybe just to get them out of the market. But they're usually framed as, we're going to acquire this new product, this new service. We're going to plug it in and we're going to make some seamless solution. And that never happens. it never happens. But I will have to say, you know, with cars, it only seems like the acquisitions, there's a reason behind the acquisitions, a little bit more, uh, what would you say? Just,
There's an
just a, what's that?
like an obvious reason. There's
Yeah,
always a reason
yeah,
behind the acquisition, but an obvious
thoughtful.
one to the
correct.
client. Yeah.
But you know, we're going to make this acquisition because we're going to actually plug this into our, you know, into our lineup. We're going to try and make everything actually work together. I mean, we could go down the list of different companies in the industry that just, you know, we mentioned one earlier that would just buy a ton of great products and services out there, and you know, 2 years later, you never hear about them ever again. They've been shelved, they've been picked apart, to no longer exist. And sometimes there were some really great products and services. And you're just like, why would they do that? You know,
Well, because
why do you
if you're
buy something and then just shelf it? You know,
totally. Yes, if you're buying something, it's core to your overall strategy, which again, ours is making things simplified for dealers and making it a better consumer experience, right? And so, when you're buying something, you're evaluating the core of what it is. Why try to change that? Why try to? I mean, like make it all flow together. I mean, I think the actual thing you can do is exactly what you're saying, and you need to be thoughtful and strategic when you make these acquisitions as well. I mean, we're 25 years, cars.com is 25 years old. Cars Commerce is 3 weeks old, right? But within Cars Commerce, all of those solutions that we purchase, and again, I give all the credit to, I think our leadership teams are fantastic. And I'm not just saying that because the holidays are coming up and I need a bonus. Jelly of the Month Club would be nice, you know. But they're thoughtful. They're very, very thoughtful. And when we bring in those companies, we take our time and we work through it, and then we work to make sure that it's integrated into our systems. And at the same time, there are great things that they're bringing forward as well that we should be integrating overall. And so, I use the word thoughtful, strategic, thoughtful, of course, but it's and I think about with Dealer Inspire. Dealer Inspire is fantastic. It's fantastic in terms of the way that the sites, with our sites, what we do with media. I mean, you name it, and you know that happened in, I think, February of 2018, and you know we've continued to make certain that it does that seem like a long time ago? Like I can't realize anymore if that's a long time ago or not.
it doesn't seem like a long time ago, but it's, you know, I guess it's been a while.
Right, Alex? Does this feel like a long time ago to you? Like, does it feel like forever?
Did we lose his audio?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jeff
Well,
or Alex, I can't hear you. Can you hear him, Jeff?
yeah, we lost your audio, Alex.
How's that?
No, that's way better. That's way
Much
better.
better.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, that was my
I thought he was
I'm like, is that
dissing
me?
you there for a second.
No, Jeff,
No
I got freaked
comment.
out. Like that's me. So can I tell him?
No, I
really
was just
quick
going to
funny
say that was 6 years ago, come this February. It's hard to believe.
It is hard to believe. And again, thoughtful, strategic, aligned with what we wanted to do, aligned had people that we wanted to work. I mean, Joe Churro, you guys know Joe Churro, and that whole team, and the way it came over, it was done well, and a great group, and it's integrated. We have everybody integrated in, working better together, making certain that we are trying to, again, simplify our solutions with our dealers, collaborating as much as we can on the sales side, collaborating as much as we can from an OEM standpoint, just bringing everybody together. It's worked well. Alex, quick side, and I do have something I want to share with you, Jeff, and I don't know how we are on time, but I'll get to that in one quick second. The way your audio just froze, I want to tell you a quick story. Last week, I had the honor of being one of the co-hosts at the Automotive News Top 100 Dealer Workplaces. I don't know if it was here in Chicago. It was fantastic. It was great. I got to get up to the stage, give away awards. Well, while you're on stage, there's 2 teleprompters, and it has the winners scrolling down on them. Guess what froze? The teleprompter while I was standing at the booth in front of 500 people. Anyway, yeah, that was a scary moment. But so when your audio went off there, I got a little bit nervous. Not gonna lie. I thought it was
I have a mute button for each person, and I accidentally had mine.
Alex,
Still on.
I thought I was a jinx. I thought
Nope, that was total user error.
it was game over. Well, would you mind? I don't know if you want to do it now, but we do.
Are you gonna make Jeff smile or squirm?
Well, so part of part of what we're doing too is making certain that you're managing your reputation the right way and making certain that you're leveraging the reviews. And again, this goes back to the consumer journey and making it better and simpler when someone comes in to buy a car. So, Jeff, we have experience reports that we rolled out. We first launched it at NADA last year. We refined it and we made it to what you're going to see here in June. And we're continuing to work through it. But this is for specifically for you. Does somebody have it? Can they share it on screen? Because I would love for the folks at home to be able to see it. Okay. All right, that's a great view. This is all here. Okay, we got this. Are you ready for this, Jeff? Are you going to be okay with this, Jeff?
Yeah.
All right.
So not quite sure what to expect, but we'll find out here.
It's all good stuff. Listen, this is all good stuff. There'll be cheering involved. I don't know if you guys have like firework emojis you want to shoot up. I mean, you tell me, but I do want to walk us through this. This is an experience report.
What are we looking at here?
All right, it pulled up specifically from October, and this is for the Mercedes-Benz of Hagerstown. This is for you, and the way this report rolls out is, again, reputation is important. The different parts of your dealership and what they're doing and how they're servicing customers is important. So we wanted to create this in a very simplified view for you to see everything that we have going on from this standpoint. So I'm going to draw everybody's eyes up to the top. You see that nice big purple circle right there. This is talking about how many reviews that you have. And this is all being powered by DealerRater. And so when you look at those reviews, your overall score is a 4.9. Pretty darn good, right? You're not upset with that. 4.9 has got to be good, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times when you've got a perfect score, heck sometimes, we don't go after bad reviews. But, every now and then we'll get a bad review. I'm like, man, about damn time. Because we needed something. Otherwise, it just looks fake,
Yeah. Well, and there's always areas to improve, right? You don't want people... You don't want people thinking that you're right. Exactly. And so the way that we've created this, again, slide from that purple circle over to the right here within this, we basically have ourselves like a comparison data. You always want to make certain that you're improving. And right here, we got 4.5 in terms of this is your market. This is like the Washington, D.C. area in terms of what we're seeing for reviews and what the average score is. And so you're 0.4% over the average score. And then the other area that you'd want to evaluate and be able to look at is where you are from an OEM standpoint. How are you performing against other Mercedes-Benz dealerships? And so winning right there on both of those. Now, if you see the NA piece, part of this is the leads that are coming out of your CRM. So I'm going to have to fly down to Hagerstown, and we're going to have to figure out how we get that hooked into this report for you. I'll be there tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. I can't tomorrow. My kids got football. But we can work through that. But that's a part of this report that we're working to pull together that will come directly out of your CRM. Shift over, and this is an important area. This is a response rate. And again, for your sports store specific, and we can do this for anybody that is a Cars Commerce customer and on cars.com. The response rate is 98.2%. So when you take a step back, you should walk out to the door and say, thank you, everybody. 98.2% is a pretty good response rate. Some people will say that, that should be 100. What I can tell you is from some of the DealerRater surveys that we've done, only about 40% of dealers respond to all. And so being at 98% is pretty darn good.
Okay.
It's up there. I'm flowing down. Okay, this is good. Is any of this surprising? No?
I haven't seen it laid out like this for a while. I keep my finger on the reports coming from DealerRater. We also use Wide Wheel, so I keep my finger on those reports as well. So, it's not surprising. Though I will say, it'd be interesting to take a look at from maybe pre-COVID. I don't know what got into the water, but definitely saw an increase in negative reviews. Again, we welcome them because we don't get too many of them. And the ones that we do get are usually, stupid. If another customer is reading it, they're probably rolling their eyes, thinking, "Well, this customer is an obvious, not too bright." But post, I don't know, just the past 2-3 years, we've seen a slight increase in negative reviews. But as you read them, you're like, what? I mean, people complaining about things that they just, at one point in time, they just would have never even considered. So people have just gotten more crazy over the past 2.5 years.
Well, so let me, okay, so then, and I'll ask this question, and then you can answer it after we walk through this, because one of the keys we created this report the way that it is, where's those crazy reviews coming from? Where is the concern coming from? Because when you start to break down all the different aspects of the dealership, we literally break it down by experience rating for each one of the key parts of purchasing a car or how your dealership is operating. Because we'll jump to financing here first. We do a consumer survey results called CSTAT, but it's internal based upon the consumers that we have that are coming to the site. As you can imagine, financing being like the number one thing that they're concerned about when buying a car. And again, everyone just like us, we have instant financing available now. Yourselves, it's just financing is a very important part to it, and so we rank that right there. And if you look, you're at 4.8. Those little lines all down the middle are what the averages are. So from a financing standpoint, any reviews that have been written around that, you're performing pretty darn well. Trade-in, another aspect in terms of how how a consumer comes to the dealership, of course, what the trade-ins are. Do you have the right trade-in tools? How was the process for the consumer? How did you do? Again, scored higher here on trade-in. And then, of course, here with pricing transparency, again, you're scoring above the averages. Pricing transparency being 90%, one of the most important things. We did some surveys as well in terms of pricing transparency. And then the key here was the service lane. And the service lane is basically where a lot of the reviews all started, and the part that you want to make certain that you're capturing, because you want to make sure that consumers who are coming back are having a good experience. You want to make sure that you have customers for a lifetime, and that service lane helps provide that. And so I'll take a quick pause there. When you were seeing these reviews and seeing some of the weirdness come through, were they hitting on any of these specifically? Finance?
Mostly from the service side.
Okay.
Just unrealistic expectations.
Well, and I would imagine part of that.
And I'm not saying, we didn't have any fault in some of those. I'm sure we did.
Well, and service has been hard, right? I mean, are getting tech still a challenge? We know that. I mean, it's been part of it has been delays in terms of how quickly you can get to a vehicle. How can you fix it? I mean, there's service has been a challenge for a while now for the industry.
No, they're crazy. They're just weird. Like, why are you complaining about that? Just weird, off the wall shit.
You got to give us an example, Jeff.
Yeah, come on, give me something. You have one that's fun. Yeah, you got one?
Not offhand. I'd have to go through and find one.
And so all these are key aspects to how the process works. And so again, we put them into this report, and then on the bottom, and then you can pull us off this, Alex, if you want. The bottom of this is making certain that you're fishing where in all of the different ponds. Of course, this shows what your reviews are looking like in terms of ratings by platform for cars.com, which includes DealerRater, of course. But then how are you performing on Google and Facebook and other areas as well? Because you want to make sure that those reviews are out there, and making sure that those reviews are out there, because then it also allows the consumer, when they walk into your store and your dealership, they know whom they're going to be buying the car from. They could have interacted with they should be interacting with them prior to. And again, it makes the overall experience that much better. And again, that goes back to the simplification for the consumer as well. And so I would say if there's a grade here, you got an A+, and I'm not just saying that because I'm live on your show, but it looks like you're doing some pretty darn good things here around the experience for the consumer at your dealership, for sure.
Well, I jumped on the reputation management piece very, very early. I know I've probably shared the same story quite a few times, so I won't do it again. But um, I had stumbled across DealerRater by accident, sitting here at this dealership many, many years ago, and all of a sudden seeing this review pop up on a Google search, wondering what the hell is this? Like, what's going on? Who are these people that just reviewed us? What is this DealerRater website? This looks crazy, and actually filtered through and found the phone number at the bottom for DealerRater, and I'm like, I'm calling. So I just called. I called because I wanted to find out, what this was all about. Um, and some guy named Chip answered the phone, and I think we spent a good hour on the phone going back and forth. And I'll admit, he sold me on it, and really opened my eyes at that time to go, okay, how can we leverage this? This isn't going to go anywhere. This is only going to expand and grow. Um, so he got the buy-in from me, and from there on, uh, I embraced it 100% and would have frequent phone calls with Chip, um, and figured out how could we inject this into some of our marketing. Uh, at that time, wasn't long after some of those phone conversations, I had went to mile one and took it across the board and implemented a reputation management piece, going after reviews and all that good stuff, which pissed Alex off because some of our dealerships were in his backyard in Virginia Beach. So that forced him to have to uh, give it some attention as well. So it all sort of snowballed from there. Yeah. But I remember having many conversations, and anytime I went to NADA or a digital dealer, there was always at least one evening at STK or Stack, wherever it was in DMGM, and would have dinner with Chip and the crew, and it was uh, it was some good times. I remember some deep conversations around reviews because I remember at one point I asked, I was like, ultimately, what are you going to do with all these reviews? Because each one of these reviews is like a nugget of gold. I mean, they're all going to be worth something someday. And this was way prior to conversations with cars or any other company that was potentially looking to make an acquisition. And yeah, just he did it. He did it.
That's all. Yeah,
Something interesting on the review side. So a lot of dealers out there, and I might be making an assumed statement, so don't take offense if this isn't you, but a lot of dealers concentrate on their value-added program. It's what are the free oil changes or the free state inspections, the whatever it might be, and make that the main drive of a lot of marketing efforts and whatnot. Um, the reviews, I think, have come to mean more than that, and I don't know that dealers are giving the same kind of attention to the reviews overall as they are the value added program. At least it doesn't seem that way as a car shopper. When you go look at the photos and the slideshows on cars.com, for example, there's a lot of slides in there about value add. There's very little about the reviews coming from the dealership. So, and that makes a big difference, just especially when you're a used car shopper.
It does, and I'm pulling up Jeff's site I have on my other computer over here because I think, Jeff, you all do an amazing job, and I know you work with the Inspire, but you do an amazing job on your site making certain that those reviews are out in front. That, I mean, when you write right at the top of your site, I'm doing this from memory, but because of course, Alex, this isn't working anyway. Right at the top of it, you have sales is 4.9, service is 4.8. It's right there. It's right at the top of it, so that when I'm on your site looking to shop, looking to consume, looking to connect with you, it's right there. You scroll down a smidge. That's a business term. You scroll down a smidge, and then you have the scrolling reviews right there, and you show them pulled from cars, pulled from DealerRater, pulled from Facebook, pulled from Google, and it makes a very, very transparent experience for a consumer. So again, I wanted to give you some kudos there. I think it's awesome. It's a great experience. So to your point, Alex, if you're going to have these, don't just collect them. They're not baseball cards. They're not comic books. Like, do something with them. And in your case, at least, Jeff, you're doing that and doing that well. So again, not just saying
Well,
that.
I mean, that is that's a dealer inspired template there that allows us to get those reviews out there. So it's not just not just our dealership; it's the platform with Dealer Inspire that allows us to advertise those reviews.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's a partnership, right? I mean, as we work to make certain that the experience is the best for the consumer and for you, it is the right template, but then it's also working with the right partner for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Well, Matt, there's 2 questions from the audience that have just come through.
Is one of them Grant asking if I can take him to lunch after this? Because if it is, the answer is no. I got work to do.
He said he's still paying for the last one. So Anthony wants to know if DealerRater removed the SEO value of the employee page.
I can follow Anthony. I can follow up with you. I don't believe so. I don't know if anyone from Cars Commerce is on this call that can answer that question direct, but I'll follow up with you. I had not heard that. And so Anthony, I'll make sure that with the recording on this, I'll get your information, but you can always, he actually reach out to my email. Am I allowed to give my email? Can I give my email?
Yeah. And Matt, I'll let you know what store he's from as well.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. My email is mbute at cars.com. It will change to carscommerce.com soon, but I just got to get something fixed out with sales for us. But anyway, hard stop. And then please email me and I can follow up with you on that one for sure.
All right. And Ryan Everson's got some feature requests for DealerRater. So one, become an approved Google seller rating partner like Trustpilot, which helps greatly increase the click-through rate of Google ads. And then 2, create dynamic open graph images for when DealerRater reviews are shared to Facebook.
What was that again?
Yeah, read that last one.
Create dynamic open graph images for when DealerRater reviews are shared to Facebook. So the image is not coming through when somebody posts on Facebook.
Yeah. I don't want to turn this into a rap sheet or anything, but one thing that I always value with DealerRater was the ability to plug in our Facebook page. So whenever we would get a review, it would automatically post over onto our Facebook page. And I don't think it works anymore. Maybe it's just our dealership. We tried to get to the bottom of it a long time ago. Other things came up and I just quit making it a priority. But yeah, something like that, because I would actually, at one point, we would take some of those reviews, I would hand it over to the agency and they would quickly make some type of image. If we had the image of the consumer, and then we would superimpose their review over top of it, and that always made for a good post on our Facebook page, and would give feedback. The ability was there to tag the customer as well. That always did very well for us.
And Matt, looks like Lana Waters, I assume, is from your team.
Lana, Lana, you know what? There she is. I knew she was going to come to my rescue. Like, she's the best. So Lana, DealerRater team. She lives here near Chicago with me, and she's one of the best in the business. And if you've ever been to our booth at NADA or been around, you've met her before. What did Lana say? Lana, did you save me?
She was responding to Anthony, I believe. I can't see it in historical order here, so.
I will tell you this. If Lana's on it, Alex and Jeff, you can be pretty certain that she's getting the right answer for sure.
Good deal.
And she loves you, apparently.
Oh, she's she's good people. My old man, my dad always used to say to me, if you walk into a room and you're the smartest person, walk right back out because you're not in the right room. That's never happened to me. But it's okay. I just surround myself with very, very smart and bright people like Lana and others. It has seemed to work out over the years since 1999, for sure.
So if you have some dealerships that aren't performing quite as well in maybe one of these categories, um, what do you guys offer? Is there any type of training session? Is there any type of you know best practices that you provide for
100%.
dealerships so they can access that and maybe get that under control?
Yeah, absolutely. We have, again, people like Lana. We have a team of people that are dedicated strictly to DealerRater to make certain that you're coming in and utilizing the tools that you have, Review Builder. There's a whole crew of people as we've worked to make DealerRater a part of our Cars.com solutions as well. You have account executives that are on the feet on the street, so to speak, that can come in and do training sessions. I remember, back in the day, when I was at the Chicago Tribune and we first started rolling out DealerRater because we were an affiliate of Cars. I was actually just talking about this morning. That's kind of weird. When we first rolled out DealerRater, I was going into dealerships with our teams and we would do trainings for the sales teams. And we come in and talk to them about, the different solutions that they're there, how they should be leveraging those, how they should be utilizing those. Now we've streamlined that a lot. Now, I ate a lot of pizza back in the day because dealerships wouldn't let me come in without pizza or donuts. So that's probably why I got the belly now. But that's that's for another session, another time. But now we have teams of people that can jump on immediately and fix it for them. We do have some tools. We do have that. So of course, you can go to our site, Cars Commerce, and get you carscommerce.com. It can get you in touch with some folks from DealerRater as well, and we have teams of support people that can help. So yeah. Cool. And it's on us too. I think I was on a call this week working with somebody in a meeting, and it's about us being proactive as well. I mean, all of you are so busy doing everything that you're doing, running dealerships, trying to figure everything out. I mean, it's also on us as a sales organization and a support customer service organization to be proactive coming out to you. That if I see your report, Jeff, and it's down on trade-in or it's down on finance, I need to be proactively coming to you saying, hey, we're seeing this, here's some solutions. So that's something that we continue to work on. And I do work with some of the best in the business. And so we'll make certain that we continue to reach out.
Yeah. Speaking of best in the business, I just want to throw a shout out to Brian Valentine over there. He's when I was at Checkered Flag, he was definitely the best support person I ever worked with, ever.
Oh, I love hearing that. I if he's not on this, I will see him. Brian is fantastic. He oversees our performance managers for Dealer Inspire. That help the Dealer Inspire side of the, Dealer Inspire as well. The sites. Sorry, couldn't spit that out. Couldn't spit out the word sites. And he works on all the major accounts groups, everyone from Lithia to Penske, everything. So he's doing some great things with a great team over there for sure.
Yep, miss that guy.
Are you guys? I know you still are. When does that come out? Your Dealer of the Year awards.
Dealer of the Year. In the running. I should know. In the running emails will come out next week. They'll be coming out next week, so that will happen. So you should see that. You should see that soon. You should see that.
And what about the Review Builder app?
Wait, what do you mean? Sorry.
Sorry, someone's trying to call me.
If it's a client, you got to answer it.
Lana says mid-March.
Yeah, see, there you go. Mid-March. That's what I was going to say. Hey, Lana, don't be stealing words out of my mouth. That's literally what I was going to say was mid-March. You're the best. I totally owe you lunch, Lana. You're the best. Mid-March, Jeff. That's when.
Okay.
Yeah, Lana, don't let him buy you the pizza or barbecue. Get him to get you something nice.
100%. See, I was right about the email. I love that. And what I will tell anybody that's on this or that watches this later, if you want us to pull your experience report, your AE can do that. Your performance manager can do that. I can do that. We can do that for you. And again, back to my point about being proactive, we can get that back your way for certain. For certain.
And Grant says brisket. So.
Brisket. The Review Builder app. How are dealerships embracing that? Do they continue to embrace it? It's one thing that, what was it called? Lot Shot?
Yeah. Well, was back in
Is
the
there
day.
any,
Yes.
say again?
Yes. Keep going. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was just asking, what's, is, is that something that's still being trained upon? I know my dealerships use it, or my salespeople try to utilize that as much as possible. Try and get the photo of the customer.
Oh,
And of
absolutely.
course,
Oh,
they use that as, okay.
100%. It goes back to making the review, like you had said earlier, making it real, making it live, making it so you can see who's buying and where they're buying from and who the salesperson is that they're going to be talking to. Who do they want to interact with? Who do they want to engage with? So yes, all those features are still there. And I think you were asking earlier about if the reviews were down in specific areas. Again, that's a team of people that will go to a dealership and say, why are you not leveraging this? Why are you not utilizing this? What are the reasons why you wouldn't? So we want to make certain that any solution that you have from Cars Commerce, you're leveraging to its fullest extent for sure. And so it's one of those things where as people are on cars.com or purchasing cars.com, any new potential customers, it's a part of that solution automatically now. Because in the premium package, because it's that important. Again, I used that stat earlier in terms of how much we see turn going up for dealerships as they are leveraging and utilizing all of the different solutions under Cars Commerce. DealerRater has to be one of those. Cars has to be one of those, and they have to work in unison because then it makes it easier for the consumer to understand it, and then it makes it easier for the dealership to utilize it.
Perfect. This report that you showed earlier that we kicked ass in, how is that easy to access? How do dealerships go about pulling that up if they want to take a look at that for themselves?
Yeah, it's in the backend tool. We can help you pull that up too. We have a QR code. I don't want to share. We have a QR code that we
Yeah,
utilize.
QR codes.
Yes, we had a QR code that we utilized. I should have put it in here that we utilized at Digital Dealer. That if you are a Cars customer, you take a picture of the QR code. It literally takes you right to where you can pull this up from. Shoot, that was a miss on my part. We do have a QR code. We can. If anyone's watching, let us know. We can pull this for you. And then honestly, we will also be. You'll want to get it sooner because you want to make sure you're managing your reputation 24/7. But of course, an NADA at the end of January will be there as well, and so anybody can come by and we can pull this experience report for them. But again, our sales teams, our customer success teams, and our service teams are making certain that we're getting this out to the dealerships as well.
Cool. How many dealerships are utilizing the ability to have their salespeople highlighted on the VDP of their Dealer Inspire website? That's something that I jumped on and was pushing for whenever they were just talking about having this. It was something that they implemented across cars.com. I was like, man, this would be great to have on the dealership website as well. That was something that they introduced. Is there anything else in the pipeline that you're looking at that could marry between DealerRater features onto the dealership website?
Oh, that's a great question. I know that we encourage everyone, just like with your sites, to make sure those reviews are up there, to make certain that they're there in terms of incorporating. You're talking about the technology that DealerRater utilizes to be on your site.
Yeah, I mean, just some of the plugins, the add-ons.
Yeah. All right, Jeff. I'm putting that down as a follow up with you because I want to see where product and tech is at with that. But I can follow up with you on that one for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
That's been one of the definitely I feel is one of the big advantages because we were so heavy on DealerRater. We were using dealer-owned websites for many years. Then, as everyone can attest, that the OEMs have over the past 2 years have gone a little nutty and demanding that dealerships utilize certain products, services, especially when it came down to digital retailing. But that's one thing I've always appreciated with cars, the Cars Commerce, is the features and the services that they provide. Everything's been playing very well with each other. Everything plugs in together. I don't want to say a one-stop shop, but it's it gets pretty close to that.
Well, thank you for saying that. And to your points, your suggestions, we continue to work to make it even better. I mean, you realized a long time ago that the experience for the consumer is knowing what kind of vehicle you want to buy, knowing whom you want to buy it from, and know who's selling it to you is an overall great experience. It just makes it so much easier. It makes think about it, and you know this. A consumer walking in, knowing who they're asking for, who they're going to be purchasing the car from, and having already engaged in conversations with them, which you can do through DealerRater and through our other solutions, it's invaluable because you immediately have that trust. You don't have to start to work on it the minute a consumer walks in the door. You've already been establishing that trust prior to them walking in. So, it's important. Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So I love it.
Well, Matt, sounds like you got a little follow-up with Anthony, Jeff, and Lana now. So
I love it. I listen. I love the follow-up, and I appreciate the time. I hope it was insightful. I hope one of you two learned something, and people at home learned something. Was very happy to be here. It's great having a chance to meet both of you, and I said it earlier, we're proud of our past, but focused on our future and we're 25 years young and forward we go as Cars Commerce, and we're excited about it. And I'm hopeful that both of you will be at NADA this year. And if you are, please come by the booth. If not, I'm happy to go take you for some brisket. I know that we're in Vegas this year and not Dallas, but I'm more than happy to hang out with both of you. And if you ever need anything that I can help you with, please don't hesitate to reach out.
I don't know if I could ever get brisket with you without Grant there. So
no, Grant will be there. Grant will be at NADA. I mean, he'll be roaming around with me. I mean, it's just no. We'll grab Grant. We'll go. I'd be happy to do that, and appreciate everything that you guys do for the industry and for our community, and appreciate it for sure.
No, we appreciate you. We thank you for jumping on with us today. It's been great stuff.
Right. Yes, thank you, Matt.
You, Jeff. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate you guys. Cars Commerce. Don't call it Cars.commerce. It's Cars Commerce. There you go. So
Cars Commerce. We'll make the changes.
I'll get you guys some polos. Polos are in the mail.
Perfect.
And Matt, if you can hang around for a quick second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk to you afterward. See you later, everybody.
Right. Take care.
Thank you.